So I thought I'd start a video blog because I'm addicted to YouTube and I want to participate. It seems like pretty much everybody's boring, so I can be boring too. Of course, then you've got people that aren't so boring and you wish they were more boring. So, well, I guess, what's the topic? Well, YouTube itself is very interesting to me. I've been involved in internet communities of various kinds for probably like 9 years. And I mostly have focused on writing. And so this is totally new to me, to use a video camera to try to communicate with other people in some form of internet community. It's a really neat idea, and obviously, everybody's talking about it. It's like, and you've got all sorts of conflicting opinions about it. Well, I think the thing about YouTube that's so fascinating is that it's like everyone has their own television channel and they can just talk on it. And so in some ways that can be a really good thing, because now you don't have some mega media mogul making all the decisions about what people see and hear. And that's great. That's the great part about the internet in general, is that I've run into that with my writing. I know people in Ceylon that have read my poetry. And then you have and that would not have been possible without the internet. Somebody out there may treasure my poem, and I may never even meet him, and they may be thousands of miles away. And I found out with internet publishing of writing that it really, if you want to get read and that's your goal, isn't to make a lot of money, then that's really, it's an amazing tool. And so then what we have to think about, okay, now you can do video. Okay, so it's like you have your own TV channel and you can just talk on it. Sometimes it's great. And there have been some intelligent people on here. I think the guy who does What the Buck, I can't remember his name right now. He's really funny. I don't think he crosses the line. I think he does say some pretty disturbing things, but at the same time, it's funny and it's not mean-spirited. And I think a lot of people just have a really good time with it. It's like, well, I want people to watch me dance. So if someone wants to watch me dance, then here you are. Here's my musical tribute to whoever they happen to be interested in dancing to. I think the problem is you also tend to give a voice to people. The problem with the internet is that you tend to give people the opportunity to voice their opinion that haven't thought their opinion out very well, don't care to think their opinion out very well, and honestly just don't give a shit, just are rude, and I've seen some of the comments. There's this woman, I think her name's Jadella, I think that's her name, and she poses this thing. She's like, yeah, I know that maybe I should lose weight, but at the same time, I'm trying to accept myself for who I am, which is perfectly valid. I weighed 290 pounds at one point. I lost 130, and now I've gained probably 10 or 20 because of various reasons. It's been a struggle throughout my adult life. I never really thought about what I ate until I got to be 290 pounds and really wanted to just say forget it. This sucks. So, because people treat you totally differently. I had somebody tell me one time that they didn't talk to fat people. They weren't going to talk to me. It was really weird. Anyway, she said something about that, and then someone has to pop off, make a racist remark about how, there's these black guys that are going to, essentially, these black guys are going to have sex with her because they like fat people. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's really rude. And I think I posted 2 or 3 days ago that comment posted. And that's ridiculous. And so you have these people, and they all get a voice, and it's a big democracy. I mean, it's like not even a democracy, it's like an anarchy. That's the way internet publishing is. I mean, I know people that have written poetry on and posted it at sites like DeviantArt and stuff that, I mean, you don't want your kids reading it, let's put it that way. And then I know people that, like, I don't know how to explain it, like they've, I don't know, I mean, it's really tough because, like, I'm having a little trouble with my camera here. There are perfectly valid reasons to include violence and sex and all sorts of controversial topics, religion, authority, whatever, in your art. There are perfectly valid reasons for doing that. But then what happens is that sometimes people get the idea that just because it's shocking that it has some kind of value. I remember when I was young, Marilyn Manson came out. Well, I mean, I made a comment on someone's post. I mean, what they did is they got a guy who can program synths really well. They programmed every single instrument that you hear in a Marilyn Manson, like, music track. And then they got some people, and eventually, I think the rest of the people just kind of disappeared. I mean, there was a whole band in the beginning, but eventually it was just this guy who, like, put corsets on and, like, talked about being satanic. And he sort of did this in front of this computer program and got on TV and said a lot of outrageous things. It turns out, if you watch Calling for Columbine, that the guy that they put in front of this sort of stage act was very intelligent and actually had some good points to make, which is unbelievable considering the content of which it's not even art, it's just crap. It's shot crap. So, I mean, oh shit, come on. So what I'm getting at is that, I mean, and kind of rambling a little bit, but what I'm getting at is that this internet thing, like this total anarchy of information, like, just like, it's total, like, you can just get there, I mean, it's just unbelievable. You can just get on the internet, and if I wanted to say something totally outrageous and racist and hateful right now, I could post it on YouTube, and it would probably go up, and then if someone decided to take it down, then there would be this counter reaction, and someone else might decide it's worthy of putting up again, and then we have this fight between the authority who runs YouTube and the person who wants to say something that's just absolutely outrageous, and they can't stop it. I mean, if you look, I mean, and it really, and I'm sure that if you know more about the internet than I do, that anything that's been posted on YouTube, from like the sickest crap to like the stupidest stuff, you could probably like find in Google Cache or some crap like that and resurrect, and because it's, one of the things about the internet is that the way it's been constructed is it doesn't go away. I remember when I was like 21, I was a lot younger, and I started live journaling. What else do you do when you're 21? And I said outrageous, stupid shit, embarrassed myself, like made it plain and clear that I was totally insane. And then, I was talking to somebody like 3 years later,